happened again. About a year ago, I made the mistake of watching a movie called Liz and the Bluebird. My mistake was that movie was supposed to be... there was a watch order to it. So, from what I can gather, I think it was you needed to watch season 1 and 2 of Sound Euphonium, then you can watch the movie, and then there are other movies in between, whatever. Point is, I watched it in the wrong order, and I had to make a video about it. A mistake that anybody could make. It was just a standalone movie that seemed like it could have been any regular movie just sitting on the shelf, just waiting for me to pick it up because I thought it was a cute-looking anime movie. The reason I bring this up is because in this new land that I have inhabited, I went to the library to get a library card, and one of the first things I did was go to the movie section. I found an anime movie. I found something that looked really cute and adorable, and I thought that I would take it home, watch it, and there would be no issue there. Like love at first sight, I saw Tamako Love Story and I thought, hey, you know what? This looks really cute. I like moe. I'll take it home. Who could possibly resist this sort of thing? After all, it must be a standalone, right? There can't be a series attached to it, right? Right? Of course there was! Ugh! Of course there was. Apparently, Tamako Love Story is attached to a episodic series that came out in 2013 called Tamako Farmhouse, was it? Apparently, Tamako Love Story is a movie that was based off of an original series called Tamako Market. That is its own thing, and the movie is supposed to be the grand finale to the show. Ugh. I burnt off a lot of my anger last night, but as you could tell, it still kind of lingers a little bit. Why is it manufactured this way? I fell for this problem twice, and I refuse to believe that I am the only one who falls for this. It is a movie. It looks like a standalone movie. And the worst part is, I never would have known that the show existed. As soon as I watched the movie, I thought, all right, well, that was a pretty cute movie. I liked it. I'm satisfied. Then I just took it back to the library, and that was that. But as is the will of Steins Gate, the inescapable hand of fate dips itself into my life and gives me a good smack just to remember that I am at its will or something. Just to remind me that I am just a product of its ability to use me as its plaything. So what happened yesterday was my friend and I, we were doing our typical anime watch night. We were in the middle of Great Pretender. When we thought, hey, we have a bunch of time on our hands tonight, maybe we could put on a movie. We couldn't remember what movie it was, so we just flipped through the channels, I guess. We were channel surfing. And as we were doing that, we then came across Tamako Love Story, where apparently one of our previous conversations was we should give this movie a shot. I had completely forgotten about it, so this was before the move. He said, hey, why don't we give this movie a shot? And I felt guilty saying, oh, sorry, I kind of already watched it. Now, you think that would be the extent of my guilt. You think that fate, the higher powers, would give me some semblance of mercy here, but no, we have to suffer. We have to, like Subaru, we have to go through as many respawns as it takes before we actually get to the primary goal. So after profusely apologizing for having watched the movie, he then looks up the movie and finds the synopsis underneath on Mal that says that this movie is the sequel to the show that came out in 2013. Now, admittedly, maybe I should have done Googling. Maybe I should have done research. Well, I say Boulder Dash. I say, what happened to the old days of adventure where you could just walk into your library and find a movie, think, oh, wow, this looks cool, and then take it back with you without having done any research? What happened to the days of Lewis and Clark exploring the western half of the United States? What happened to the British ship Franklin as it went to find the Northwest Passage? What happened to the old days of adventure? Gone, I tell you. Gone, gone, gone. You get what I'm trying to say here. It's gone because of people like him, because of people like you that say that we should try to research our craft after the fact, and I just refuse to believe that I am wrong. Fuck you. Okay, now that I've gotten that out of my system, we Googled the show. We found that it was a sequel to, well, the show. So hopefully we can watch that at some point. But I guess my main gripe here is, why is it manufactured like this? Why do the movies look like they can stand on their own 2 feet? Liz and the Bluebird, Tamako Love Story, and I'm sure that there are other movies out there that I just haven't seen, just as of yet, at least until higher powers decide that I should just suffer even more. If you're going to do this, if you're going to make a movie finale, why not do what you did for, like, Violet Evergarden the movie? If you did Tamako the movie, or Tamako Market the movie, I would assume, in my little monkey noodle brain, that this has some kind of show behind it, without needing to do a review to figure that out, or without having to Google it prior, so that way I can still keep my sense of adventure, and my sanity, and my happiness, because now I've spoiled myself. I now see what's going to happen. Thank Haruhi Suzumiya that I still have a desire to watch it, because Moe is just adorable, and I'm addicted to it like I'm addicted to sugar. But it's frustrating. How did it happen twice? I don't understand how it happened twice. Clearly, the problem does not lie with me anymore. It has to lie in the production agency, who should have put, like, from the show, Tamako Market, across the DVD cover, at least on the very bottom, so that way I couldn't make the same mistake twice. That animation studio, by the way, was Kyoto Animation. Now, I love Kyoto. They're my favorite studio. I do not want to criticize them. I do not want to yell at them, because it's just, you can't do it. They're that friend in a friend group that you just can't hate. Kyoto Animation did Violet Evergarden, Sound Euphonium, and Tamako Love Story, among many other titles. And, oh, K-On! The Movie. K-On! The Movie is another great example. If you named it K-On! The Movie, in my noodle brain, I'm thinking that that has to come from a show. Now, granted, it's also because K-On! Is so well advertised in the Kyoto spectrum that you'd have to find out it's a show before you find the movie. It's just obvious. But it's not as obvious for Tamako. It's not as obvious for Liz and the Bluebird. They just seem like their own standalone titles that anybody could fall for. And given that I currently have 11,000 subscribers, I like to think that I am at least a representative to some degree. So at the very least, 11,000 people might just fall for this thing. And you know what? I'm willing to lead the charge to make a change for this, because this just should not be the case anymore. I don't want to keep missing out on good content or watching the conclusion to good content because the movie looks like a standalone piece. I can't keep making this mistake. And I also don't want to have to give up that sense of adventure where I have to research every movie that I find at the library from now on. I don't want to give that up. I want to go in, see something adorable, take it back home with me, watch it, and then bring it back when I'm done. It shouldn't be so hard. If you're curious about what I thought about Tamako Love Story, I loved it. I squealed. I just thought romance is a huge thing for me, and it's just the glucose that I inject straight into my veins. But it was good. Now, I recommend don't make the same mistakes I have. Watch the show. Watch Tamako Market first, and then watch the conclusion, because I'm sure that would be a lot more fulfilling. If you have made the same mistake that I have, glad to know I'm not the only one. But, Best Girl of Tamako Love Story. Kana Makino is Best Girl of Tamako Love Story as of now, at least until I watch the show. I just like how zany she is. She's also voiced by Caitlin French, who did Shiro from No Game No Life, and I just love her voice. I just think it's unique, it's special, and I wish that she still did voice acting, because I don't think she's done anything for at least 2 years now. And I don't know if she's quit the industry, but please come back for the sequel of No Game No Life Season 2. It would make me a very, very happy antagonist. Thanks for letting me go on this rant. It was just, it had to be said, it had to be done. I had to let off some steam. I was also in the middle of making another video, but a week had gone by since my last one, so I needed to fill the gap, I guess. It's also nice giving you another example of how the higher powers like to just mess with me. This sort of thing happens all the time. I don't get it. I'm their plaything. I kind of picture it like an overlord, where Ainz is just the overlord, the overall puppet master controlling the strings, whereas I'm just the unfortunate human that has to live with those decisions and just has to roll with the punches to the best of my ability. There's not really much that I could do about it. Maybe if I speak about my pain, I can get some kind of financial reward for my suffering, but it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Sayonara, suckers. you!